Alright, what is up you guys? Carter here, and today I'm playing a little bit ArmA 3 again, and I figured I might also do another loadout tutorial tip guide thing. And okay, today I decided to just do a basic infantry rifleman because that's just what a lot of people do, so I mean, why not just do that? So here's the clicky part. Get that out of the way. So usually what I do when I'm making a new class, I'm not saying you have to follow this, you know, this is just purely what I like, and I haven't played this game forever, so bear with me here. Usually what I do is start from the uniform up, or outwards, I guess you could say. So since he is going to be a regular combat guy, all he really has to have is this or this or this. I usually like to go with the rolled up sleeves. I think it looks a little bit classier. Personal opinion. Then after that, you're going to want to go to vests. Usually what I like to do is a carrier rig. Somewhere like that. I wouldn't really recommend black. Let's see. Green. Yeah, usually I go with the lighter, the just plain carrier rig. So we're gonna go with the carrier rig light, just because it interferes with the backpacks less. Because there's usually this patch, or the hydration carrier will mess with that a little bit. And then after that, I usually go down to the ECH light, just because, you know, they're decked out usually in all the headgear. Yeah. So yeah, I usually go with that. Usually with a sand or a desert. We'll go sand today. And then we'll go to goggles right away. Lately, I've been using, like when I just kind of screw on here, I just use these, so we'll take bandana shades. You know, I just kind of like the bandana. It's a little bit more closed, classy. I don't know what the word would be, but not classy, but like mysterious looking, I guess you could call it. So then you're gonna go to backpack, assault. I mean, for combat, just infantrymen, you're gonna want like an assault or maybe a kit bag. We'll try a kit bag. I usually like to go with coyote. I think it just blends into the surroundings a little bit more, especially with this map. And now on to the main part, the weapon. You can have a binoculars, it's not like you really need it, but I like to go with it. Then sorry, I like to go with a 9mm. If I do go with a pistol, I usually don't. Grenade launcher if you're a grenader, I guess, but or grenadier or whatever you want to call it, I don't really care. But usually I just go with the plain, just basic weapon, or a black one, whatever you want. That one's pretty up to you. So then, after that, you're going to want to go to, what is it, 6.5? So yeah, I'm not really picking, I'm just kind of going through this quick. But 9mm 16 round mag? Yeah. So I take, you know, a couple of those, because you're going to want, especially if you're doing patrol ops, you're going to want a lot of ammo. So this is kind of low end. I'd say at least 5. And then definitely gonna want some smoke. Like I said in the past, I usually try to grab usually try to grab a couple different colors of it, just to a little bit of diversity. So, you know, usually red's more of a support kind of thing, green is a pickup, white is usually a pickup, and like any other color is just for anything you could really think of. So after that, you're gonna pick up some grenades. So where did the grenades go? Oh, and if you're playing a patrol ops, sometimes the infantryman may want to carry a satchel or some kind of explosive with them, or a AT mine. But usually that's left to the explosive specialist. You know, that and an IR grenade. If it's a nighttime mission, I usually take 1 or 2 of these, just because if there's a lot of air support, then I do. But then I usually take mini grenades, about 4 or 5 of them, somewhere in there. And then you go over to attachments, and here we go. Suppressor depends on the mission. We're not going to go with one today, just because I love the roar of a machine gun. Usually what I do is an IR laser pointer right on the weapon. For nighttime missions, of course. And usually just a basic scope on there. I think that's it. You can put an MRD on your pistol if you so choose, but yeah, personal preference. There's one more thing we need. Oh yeah, miscellaneous. Obviously you're gonna want these, so there's that. If you're gonna be playing night, you can have NV goggles. I usually don't carry them with me. I think they're just a waste, unless you want them for the looks, but I don't really care about the looks of an MV goggle. First aid kit. Ooh, you can either go with the med kit, because I know a lot of infantrymen will just use or will act as medics, because depending on what game mode you're in, of course, but if you're in a game mode where it doesn't have to be a medic that heals you, a lot of infantrymen will carry a med kit or whatever, just because it's quicker and there's more of them readily available. But first aid kit, an easy 5, 6, depending on what kind of combat you're going into. So that'll easily do it, unless you're really getting shot up. But yeah, so that's the a little bit of leg. Wow, a lot of leg. It's the basic idea of the map. Wow, I'm getting tons of leg right now. This must be a terrible server. So I'll try to get a little bit away from the base, because I don't know this server's rules. I just found a nice empty server, decided to use it. Oh man, my internet's terrible tonight, that's why. We'll test out the weapons, show you usually my strategy. So usually what happens, we'll get dropped off in the field like this. Say this is the helicopter. I'll obviously have my 6.5 out, I'll have it loaded. So yeah, usually what you're going to want is 1 in the mag. So say you want 6, you're going to take 7 magazines, so you can have that 1 that'll be in the mag. So once you get out of the helicopter, you're going to want to come running over here. I usually lay down, and I like the 6.5 because it's a nice fast gun. It's American, and that's usually what I play as, and I try to be as authentic as possible. And what I'll start off with is semi-auto, popping some shots off, trying to identify where the enemies will be. And then once I know where they are and I can lock onto them, I'll just unload, because the best thing you can do, and I know some people disagree with this, best thing you can do when you're trying to advance is just lay down some cover fire for your other guys that are getting on the helicopter, and once they get ready, then everyone's just firing. So yeah, so then once you can get up, I usually move bush to bush or rock to rock. Usually I try to go rock to rock, but there's no rocks around here for me to do that with. So I eventually advance, and then I'll get ready with a grenade, and I'll give one a chuck, get down, wait for it to blow. I have to do that one a little bit far. Boom. And by that time, mostly everyone should be cleared out and you can advance. And that's the basic strategy. That's the basic layout of the infantrymen. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe. You guys have any suggestions for games? Hit me up with some suggestions. If you have any suggestions on how I can make my videos better, or any suggestions on loadouts or mods or anything, hit me up with a comment. I'm willing to do anything for you guys, so peace out.